hippies been pouncing along the road, bam, and then he's just there. That's just it, and then they just keep going.
Hey guys, happy Sunday and welcome to our first vlog in Melbourne since we've been back from New York. We are at clearly a Tesla charger at the moment, which is the one in Wodonga, which is a town between Victoria and New South Wales. We are here because, as you can see from the title of the video, we are swapping our car with somebody else, which I didn't even know was possible because, you know, there's some legal stuff around contract law and that sort of thing, but it's all going to work out fine. We are meeting a gentleman from New South Wales, which is why we're meeting part way. He had bought his wife a Model 3 Performance, which she unfortunately cannot find a comfortable seat arrangement for because of her height. And Justin was also really excited to get the Model 3 Performance anyway, so it's kind of worked out really well. We're just waiting for the gentleman from New South Wales to arrive, and we're going to go home in a Model 3, which is absolutely crazy. You'll see in a moment all the bits from the road trip on the way here. We charged on the way, even though we might have just made it on one full charge, but we didn't really want to risk it. It's kind of a crazy concept to be trading cars with somebody, but I think that's just something that comes with the territory when you own a Tesla. The community is really tight from what I can tell, which is great. People are really trusting, and you know, Justin regularly waves to other Tesla drivers on the road, and they have this weird, almost like a cult thing going on. So I'm looking forward to just meeting a new person as well. I think that's a big part of the community too. So very excited. We're going to be going home in a Model 3. We have completed the trade.
We have done it.
You excited?
I'm very excited, actually. Are you excited?
I am. We have just put our foot down a little bit just coming out of Wodonga, and it felt, I don't know how to explain it. It's like driving a super fast go-kart because
it's very quick,
much more nimble.
Yeah, it's smaller, it's lighter, and you can feel it too. So I'm really impressed, to be honest. I love it.
Yeah. And how is it to have nothing in front of your steering wheel?
I love not having anything. Like, a lot of people have said, oh, you're going to miss the little speedo area thing, or speedometer, or whatever you call it in the States. But I actually don't miss it at all. I think it's totally fine having this stuff off to the side there. You can actually focus more on what you're doing. And you can actually have your steering wheel adjusted to wherever you like. I always had an issue with the adjustment of the steering wheel on the S because the gap between the top of the wheel and the airbag was always so small. You had to have it sitting just right to be able to see the speedometer. But here it's totally fine because there's no speedometer. You can have it wherever you want. So it's infinitely adjustable. So I love that about it. Totally fine.
I was one of the people who told you.
You said it relentlessly.
I was going to miss it.
It's fine. It's just off to the side. Like, if I'm looking straight ahead, all I have to do is move my eyes to the left instead of down. Because you still have to move your eyes normally anyway. Yeah. So in my opinion, it's a non-issue. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
The screen, the display?
The screen is excellent. I love the horizontal screen. It feels bigger even though it's not necessarily bigger. It's pretty much the same size. It's just horizontal now, and I really like that. I prefer a landscape display rather than a portrait one. I think this works really nicely, especially if you're parked at a supercharger, which we literally just were. We had the perfect use case for Netflix and YouTube in the car because we were at a supercharger. We were topping up between a few different stops, and we pulled up YouTube and watched it in the car. So it makes perfect sense to have it in landscape, in my opinion. I think this is how the S and the X should be if they ever do get updated. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, you'll see some footage in a sec of us actually using the YouTube on the S and how small the screen usage actually is because the videos are still in landscape. So it's just like a weird sliver of video in the center of the screen, which is a waste. What's the difference between the Performance Plus and the Performance Minus?
So that's actually terms aren't really accurate. It's if you got a Performance Model 3, you used to be able to option on the Performance Pack, which was bigger wheels, lower, stiffer suspension, red brake calipers, and a spoiler. This one doesn't have any of that stuff on it, so it's got the aero wheels, which are more comfortable in my opinion, the normal suspension, but it has all of the benefits of still being a performance, because that's what it is. It just doesn't have those extras on there. So that's the only difference. It just doesn't have the performance pack on there. It's like when you go and buy an Audi or whatever, and you just don't option that particular option on
S-Line
there.
or anything on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's the difference. They just don't allow you to do that now. Tesla obviously said, look, most of our customers are ordering the performance cars with the performance pack. We may as well include it, bump the price up a little bit, and that's what they did. But on this one, it doesn't have that stuff, which I'm totally fine with. I actually really like the aero wheels. I sound like a Tesla apologist right now. I'm saying I really like everything that a lot of people probably would have an issue with. But I like the aero wheels, and the suspension is kind of comfy. I don't mind it. It's not as comfy as the S, I think. With the air suspension, it was super wafty. This one's a little bit firmer, but still, actually, it's totally fine, I think.
Yeah. Looks wise, I think it's like a great softened down version of the S. It doesn't look like, you know, a lesser car or anything. It looks like the baby brother.
Which it is. TLDR, it's a great vehicle. I'm very happy with it. The performance is excellent. Expect more videos in the car, because for some reason we do that a lot. So expect more videos in the car when we're toy hunting or whatever. But TLDR, we love it.
Guys, I'm not going to show you this on camera because I don't want to get flagged or anything, but we have passed like a ridiculous number of kangaroos on the road. Not alive, by the way. They've all been hit by cars or motorcyclists or, you know, whoever else is on the road, but it is a ridiculous amount, and it does nothing to the population. We have a lot of kangaroos still. That's probably why they are on the roads, because we haven't too many, but I think we've passed at least 20 kangaroos on the side of the road, or even in the middle of the road.
We have like 10 times the amount of kangaroos to people. That's a real statistic. You can look that up. They are mostly now, it would seem, littered around this highway, because driving, we have seen, there's literally one right here as I'm talking to you. I'm not going to show it, but there's literally one right here. Like, they'll be on the left, right, middle, like they are where they want to be. Like, they just, wherever people have obviously been driving along, Skippy's been pouncing along the road, bam, and then he's just there, that's just it. And then they just keep going. And there's just like, we've seen at least 100, maybe 2.
They're like the deer of like other countries when there's deer on the road and you have to stop for them, but they do the same thing. They look at the headlights and they freak out and they just sit there and they play chicken with you. So
I think they're worse, because I think our kangaroos, like, they see the lights and then they want to fight it, because like kangaroos are really angry creatures. So like, you'll be driving along and then they'll pounce in the middle of the road. They'll just stop and they'll be like, all right, come on, and then that's it.
Or it's just one of those things, it's kind of like the birds like to do, where it's like last minute they're like, okay, I'm crossing the road now, and it's like right when you're like 10 meters away from them. So
we had that happen to us on the way there. A bird, this is why I don't like birds. So this is bird continuity. This is why I don't like birds. He was literally just sitting there like a moron, and I was just approaching him. I was like, he's not going to move, he's not going to move. And then like 10 centimeters away, I swerved around him. Everyone woke up because everyone was sleeping. I'm like, what happened? I was like, there's a bird in the road. Bloody birds. God damn it.
Wildlife on the road is like an actual major problem here, whether it's wombats, kangaroos, birds, and there's also a lot of other native fauna. You just got to be really careful if you're going to drive around here, and if you do find an animal or you do hit something yourself, unfortunately, do the right thing and call it in. You know, there's wildlife sanctuaries around. Whatever you need to do.
There's numbers like that. Like, while you're driving, you will see the numbers along the side of the road. So if you're visiting Australia and you happen to murder a kangaroo whilst driving, please call the number and let the people know so that they can come and take care of it, rather than it being smooshed along the road.
Because if it was a mother with a joey, for example, the joey might have survived, and that needs to be
Please save the joeys.
rescued.
Hashtag save the joeys.
So yeah, that's just some interesting trivia for you guys if you didn't know what it was like to drive in Australia, especially rural areas where kangaroos are very prevalent. And here she is, guys, back in the garage. She is on the charger, and she's also still got her New South Wales plates, which we are going to get removed and replaced with Victorian plates, of course, once we've finished the registration process. She's looking much cleaner now because she had bugs all over her after driving 7 hours across the state. So we are very happy with her. She is an amazing car. We've still got a lot to learn about her, so stay tuned. I'm sure you're going to see more footage of it very soon. But thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let us know what you think of the car and, you know, whether you would get the Model S or the Model 3. And we will catch you in the next video.